me go across to Dinakar Lanka from the BJP. Mr. Dinakar, you just heard Dr. Sudhir Mehta speak there. He said not every employer has to be blamed. Now, this is the same argument when it comes to rapes as well. I mean, a lot of people come out and say that not every man has to be blamed for a rape.
Oh, come
But
on,
the bigger
Ashish.
question
Let
is
me
that's
tell
not the
them.
argument that we're looking at. The argument here is that everyone needs to come together to solve an issue rather than say that, well, I'm not doing it, so let me not talk about it. Mr. Dinakar Lanka, what's your opinion on this? What is the Modi Sarkar doing to ensure that young India, Modi talks a lot about younger generation, the youth. What exactly is your government doing to ensure that such things are also taken care of?
As far as the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is concerned, we know that more than 200 labor laws were prior to 2020. All was simplified and four codes were implemented as far as labor law codes are concerned, in which very important one is occupational safety, health and working condition code 2020, in which it is very clearly mentioned how the working conditions should be for safety and security and health measures for the employees are concerned in different categories. Whether it is mines, whether it is labor operating in building and construction, and even contractor workers, and all categories of the employees, how they should be get treated, and employer, what kind of congenial atmosphere shall be created, all those things mentioned very clearly. It is the compliance, as far as the compliance is concerned, it is the responsibility of the companies which operates the business. As per the code which mentioned the provisions, as mentioned the provisions, stringent provisions are there, stringent penalty provisions are there on violations also. Let you observe that Section 6, subsection 1, Clause B of the Occupational Safety, Health and Work Condition Code 2020 very clearly mentions that comply the occupational safety and health measures as the priority. Very clearly mentioned in that section, and in Clause D also very categorically mentioned that provide and maintain
right,
the working
Mr. Dinakar Lanka, we are already running the graphics here on the screens about the rules and regulations. I was just asking you what your government has done to ensure that at least the life of youngsters is good and of course their workplace pressure also is reduced. Another caller joins us right now, Captain Jaspal from Rohtak. Captain Jaspal, do you think the government has done enough to ensure that the young India, the aspirational population of the nation that's facing so much pressure at workplace, do you think the government has done enough to ensure that their burden is reduced?
Good evening to you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. I'm 80-year-old. You see, the employer, the man head at the workplace has to be very firm and considerate. And if he is not, there are institutions where you can go and complain. Now, with the unemployment being so heavy, so high, nobody wants to complain. And the government, in the present setup, all institutions have thoroughly collapsed. They are not giving any support to the complainant. They are with the private firms. They are with the toxic conditions. They are only making the life of the young man hell. Otherwise, there can be a rule. If you overwork, you get 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees per hour. Then, moment it is the money that makes the mayor go. They can then look after their stress and pain. Very unfortunately, nobody is looking up to the young, and they have got no place to be. Thank you.
All right, Captain Jaspal. Also, before I go to the panelists here, we are getting callers from across the nation. Samir Khan from Srinagar joins us. Right, Samir, go ahead.
Hi. Hello? Hello?
Right, Samir, go ahead. We can hear you.
My call, I just want to ask Dr. Samir, with due respect to him. Hi, Dr. Samir. See, Dr. Sudhir, I believe, Dr. Sudhir Mehta. Yeah, what I'm asking Dr.
Right, go
Sudhir
ahead.
That he rightly said that we don't need any laws in the country. We have enough of laws. We need a common sense. I think if there would have been a common sense prevailing in our corporate sector, we would have not discussed in this debate. So there is no common sense whatsoever. Because of that, the youth is suffering, the employees are suffering, the late sittings in the offices, which is resulting in, you can say, suicides, anxiety, and depression in the young generation, which are the building blocks of our country. So we need somebody who can engage them. If there would have been a common sense, then the things would have been absolutely normal with the people. But the things are not normal. The corporate world, the corporate employees, they are suffering day in and day out. Either they have a pressure of their business targets, or whatsoever, or the late sittings, or the customer complaints. So ultimately, it's on to the person who is giving the service to the people of India. So I just want him to throw lights
Right.
on this, what government is doing in this case. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Samir, that's a big question that we're asking right now on the broadcast. Before I go across to Manik Indra, Daniel Joseph from Bandra is joining us. Right, Daniel, go ahead.
Thank you. I think we have to take a great lesson from Anna Sebastian's death. And the pressure has to be built up by the media on the companies. And companies should be taking steps to all the employees who are involved in long duty hours to come and do some sort of counseling to them. Counseling is very much needed. And then only the things can improve. And a regular dialogue should be held with the government to see that the rules are changed. And there should be no chance of the employees dying of stress.
Right. Mr. Daniel, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast there, getting across your point of view as well.